Hello YouTube and welcome to GrunfWorks. This is episode 108 of the Interplanetary Voyage of Exploration. And in previous episodes we have done some work around Duna and we have identified an asteroid that is on its way to Kerbin's sphere of influence, meaning that we have started to design two vessels, or one vessel that is supposed to be able to intercept it and basically get it into the orbit around Duna. At first, or in the orbit around Kerbin, sorry. At first we were thinking that it was going to collide with Kerbin, but later measurements have shown that it is going to be passing somewhere around the polar region, meaning that it is an opportunity for us to actually grab it, study it, and discover all kinds of otherworldly materials. So, definitely we are time accelerating until the asteroid comes closer and comes almost to the within Kerbin's sphere of influence. And then I want to evaluate the apoapsis, periapsis, what the inclination should be, etc., etc. So that's kind of the plan anyway. We have our ship, which is the and it's in the VAB. And also I have built the IP fuel tank transporter, which I just want to basically this is the one that I've built before. So let's take the asteroid retriever. Yeah, that's the ship that was designed in the previous episode. And then we want to make sure we already have one vessel built, but I want to build another one in case something happens to this one. You never know. It always makes sense to have a backup plan, right? So it will be built in 6 days. By that time asteroid should be coming, and we already have one which we will be rolling out. So warp to complete, and in 5 minutes it will be rolled out to the launch pad. Okay, with that being said, we want to launch as the asteroid will be passing. So we are tracking it, and now it's a matter of tracking it via its asteroid WQN 922, which is currently orbiting the Sun. So I'm waiting until it crosses the sphere of influence and, like this, enters Kerbin's sphere of influence. Okay, so it will be passing, like we said, around over the polar region, high over poles. But that still means that we have to plan our intercept trajectory, rendezvous with it, and hopefully we will have enough delta V to burn it to become in the stable orbit around Kerbin. So, by the way, I'm terminating the previous asteroid retriever. I have sent one before, and that one was, due to some bug, it ended up in the completely wrong inclination. I don't know, because the inclination changed as we were coming along. I really don't get it, but okay. Anyway, so I'm launching this one while the backup one is being prepared. So here you understand why I'm saying backup. Anyway, we have selected the asteroid, and now I am trying to find the best place where to launch it from. So the asteroid will be passing from front to back, so we want to launch westwards or northwestwards. Okay, and perfect. Getting ready to the launch site. I think we are correctly aligned more or less. And 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, and that being said, we are launching into the roughly 315 degrees inclination, so that's what I'm hoping to achieve anyway when it comes to the orbit, and that will help us, since we are launching directly in the inclined orbit, it will help us reduce the inclination fix at later on. So I'm hoping to have a much less of an inclination. Yeah, I think we're pretty well inclined, which I think is good. Let us prepare for the circularization. Regular ascent, nothing too special. And yeah, it'll be 110 by 200 roughly. Ditching the fairing and activating the communitron, that we continue to have control over the craft, and I'm immediately pointing the other antenna as well, just to be on the safe side, because we will be going far out, way further than the communitron's range, so if push comes to shove, we can always use this one as a relay. Okay, now that being said, we have a total of 1,600 and something delta V that we need to burn until we get to the correct orbit. So we circularize. Perfect. And there we go. Staging, and just to move ever so slightly from the boosting stage. Great. Extending the solar panels, and time to actually start thinking about the rendezvous with the asteroid. Okay, we are more or less in the correct inclination, so it's only a matter of finding the correct spot at which we will burn, and I'm starting to think that I want to burn at the descending node, fix a little bit inclination as well, and then see how it will end up when we extend our orbit. Okay, slight inclination fix because yeah, we need it. Coming there immediately, and it will happen on the next orbit, so within 35 minutes. We do have plenty of time, so we don't need to worry about it. It will be like 5 days before the asteroid will be passing at its closest, so okay, some tweaks being done. Perfect. And where I'm hoping to actually be able to rendezvous with an asteroid is at its periapsis, because that would mean that I have the least amount of delta V that I need to spend to get there, so that's kind of the plan. So, with that thing in mind, I'm just now tweaking my inclination, making sure that I am as little, that my relative inclination to the asteroid's trajectory is roughly 0.0, if at all possible. So yeah, we have 15 seconds and getting ready to kick the gas and burning. 150 meters per second burn, not a whole lot. Perfect. Okay, so that's kind of the idea. Now I am thinking about figuring out at which stage will I be doing the burn. So I am inclining it so that we meet at the asteroid's periapsis, more or less. Okay, and let's just briefly view what the situation is. Okay, and just moving it ever so slightly, moving next orbit until we get roughly an encounter. We are coming closer and closer, so hold on, I want to next orbit, and here we go, very close. Whoa, nope, close, and I think we are now, whoop, I think we are pretty close now. Oh, a little bit more corrections, dancing a little bit back and forth, and good. 43 kilometers, that's not a whole lot of separation, and given the relative velocities and all that, so I'm just trying to fiddle a little bit back and forth, see if I can even improve the encounter further. Oh, 2.5 kilometers. Yes, I think I will not touch it anymore. It's perfect as is. I have enough delta V when it comes to this craft, so we should be golden when it comes to it, but yeah. We have 6 days and two hours until we do so. So I don't intend to leave you guys watching all 6 days because you would probably go nuts. What I do intend is that I will just basically skip until the point when we are supposed to burn and just basically take it from there. That being said, I think we will have enough. Okay. Yeah, 796, and now we have skipped to the point where we actually have 19 minutes until our burn. Lining up ever so carefully, and great. 19 minutes, and that's basically half an orbit. Okay. Three minutes until the burn, so almost ready to, kick the gas a little bit, just to estimate how long the burn will be. Will be 57 seconds, so around 30-ish mark we will be kicking the gas, making a screenshot, and go. Perfect. So 57 seconds total burn time to get and hopefully secure a rendezvous with the asteroid. We are using the skipper engine, which is pretty fuel efficient yet still powerful enough. It is more fuel efficient than the mainsail, that's for sure. So let us now just use tiny tweaks to adjust our rendezvous and see that everything is correct. Alright, I think this is as good as we can get it. Perfect. And then I'll make a final maneuver, which should hopefully seal the deal when it comes to the rendezvous, and that will be happening in the next 5 hours. So, okay, great. Now, we have 5 hours and 11 minutes until the next maneuver node, and let's kick the time acceleration to ensure that our craft gets in the place where it needs to be. We are escorting Kerbin. Oops. Beautiful sight. Oops. Okay, and 1 hour until the burn. I'm really, by the way, nervous, guys. I've never done the asteroid rendezvous. This is actually my first time that I'm doing it, and I'm doing it live here. Well, live, more or less live. But, yeah. If I succeed, I succeed. If I fail, I fail. I mean, I'm not doing do-overs, like 10 attempts. 2 out of 3 and that kind of stuff. So, okay, perfect. Target 593 meters per second. Let us drop a quick save in case the Kraken hits. Asteroid rendezvous, perfect. Okay, we save and let us... Oh, now we're pointing prograde. No, we have to be pointing retrograde because we will need to decrease our velocity relative to the asteroid, but I don't see it yet, so... Oh yeah, it's still far out. Okay, fair enough. Let's put like maybe 2 minutes or 5 minutes before the encounter, and let's kick in the time acceleration because I really want to understand at which point shall we be rendezvousing with it, because it has a total of 600 meters per second relative velocity to us, so we will definitely need to decelerate until then, so yeah. And I'm thinking I already will be kicking the gas a little bit. I have no idea how long my burn will take. I have pretty powerful engines, but then again, this is completely dependent on on the burn time, and we have rendezvous in 10 minutes. So let us decrease the relative velocity compared to the target. Okay, and let's see, maybe a little bit closer, and good. Okay, I think we are close enough. I think it's time we start fiddling with the maneuver node. So burning, okay, and okay, we are 581. We are getting better and better encounter, obviously. It's basically same thing that you have when you're rendezvousing with the station. I'm just putting a maneuver node and trying to estimate what my burn would be, but then again, yeah, you never know. So, okay, I was just trying to guess a direction. Okay, and it is coming ever so closer. It's making me nervous actually a little bit. Okay, decreasing, and 357 meters per second. A battery has short-circuited. Of course it did. It just wouldn't make sense otherwise. Whenever we do something important, then it comes to basically make our day more interesting. 356 meters per second. And we are now very close, so I think I should be kicking the gas and making sure that these two markers realign once again. Yeah, so, and as you can see, 12 kilometers, we can see it closing the distance. Yeah, battery has short-circuited, I heard you the first time, no worries. And 200 meters per second, so we are killing our relative velocity. 4, 3, Jesus, this is fast. By the way, I'm playing this in 3 times acceleration for you guys, but still, when I was playing it, it was really, really fast, so I was really nervous when I was playing this. So this is post-commentary clearly, but yeah. Okay, so 2.5 meters per second. Now we are on the ball, and I think I will be extending the communitrons on these little fellas, because I do want them to be able to communicate, and in doing so I will be using the big mothership as a relay. So that's kind of the idea. Now I fully intend to press the stage and decouple them. Let us just first pick up on the relative velocity when it comes towards the asteroid. Okay, 6.5 meters per second. Let us just put this in a separate stage. Trying to get as close as possible, because I don't want to be traveling too far with these 4 RCS thrusting blocks. And I don't need to put them in perfect places, I just need to put them somewhere, so yeah. Ditching them, perfect. Retracting the panels. And now the idea is that we... Oh, and I forgot the RCS here. Oh, genius. Okay, so I'll have to do it without the RCS then, with these big engines. Oh boy, oh boy. Boink. And I believe we have an asteroid capture. Perfect. Let's extend the panels, at least one, to make sure that we do have something, and arming the claw. And I think this will be actually way easier than it was with the original craft. The asteroid has already gone a little bit further, so, but no matter, we can just continue with it, and it is dancing on fewer axes because we kicked it with the main ship, but we don't need to care about it. All we need to care about is sinking the claw in the asteroid and making sure it docks. Imagine it like putting RCS thrusters on an asteroid. Oh, and I'm still learning how to fully navigate this bad boy. Come on, come on. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And yeah. Oh, missed it. Come on. Sit still, damn you. Jesus, this thing is nimble. Whew, come on. One more. Okay, third time's the charm, hopefully. And yes, we got it. I think I was going a little bit too fast with the first one. Okay, well, at least now we know how to do it. Arm, rotate, and kick the gas. Making sure that we do accelerate towards it. 1,800, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, decelerating a little bit. Aligning our thrusters and just making sure we stick our claw. And I figured just out how to actually re-rotate to get better alignment. Perfect. Okay, come on. Stick it in. Bam. Second one. 2 down, 2 more to go. I actually think, guys, I'm getting a hang of this. Okay, so control from here, arm, and mark the retriever. We don't need to even mark the asteroid for the time being. It's 1.7 kilometers, and you can see how far it's already out. The second part that I still have to figure out is how do you thrust through the center of mass. That's something that I still need to figure out. Basically releasing the claw and just, you know, pointing the main thruster through the center of mass. Because otherwise we will be spinning on several axes. So yeah. And 150, so clearly we are now figuring out how it works, and I figured that if I angle the ship 45 degrees that it's much easier, because then the thrusters relative to myself are way better positioned, so I do have a lot more control over the ship's ascent and basically, yeah, of its maneuvers. Okay, and come on. I think I'm gonna stick it on a little bit on this side. Here. Perfect. And then the last one. Arm and control from here, and I have to make sure that I put this guy as a target, 2.5, so it already exited our physics range and now it's coming back in. Okay. Just making sure that I'm correctly positioned. And by the way, this antenna tells me actually if it's up, that means that my craft is correctly rotated. I figured that one out the easy way, so I think it's actually a good indicator. I never thought about it that way. So, the name of today's episode is Collecting Stones, because the idea would be to collect this one in the orbit around Kerbin. Hopefully. So far we are making sure that we take this asteroid and make it at least maneuverable. And here I see a nice big lump which would actually could benefit from a couple of thrusters, and here we go. Awesome. So let us now control from here, and I'm looking for a free pivot, but I think that something is bugged with my, because I am rotating the whole asteroid rather than this one. So free pivot, come on. Nope. Okay guys, I think I'm gonna try and look manually how it works. Yeah, by the way, I figured I released and redocked and ditched the engine, so now I have correctly pointed that I am burning through the center of mass, and right now I have total of 240 meters per second, so I am burning in the effort of trying to get this bad boy in the orbit around Kerbin. So I will burn only with 1% of thrust. I won't burn with full thrust, hopefully, as long as we burn orbit retrograde and not with a full thrust. And here we go. Yeah, we managed to capture it. Awesome. Nice. So I'm burning as much fuel as I have, and basically when I'm done I'm gonna leave it at that. By the way, guys, we're coming up on the end of the episode. Like if you like the episode, hit subscribe for more KSP content that is coming soon. And until the next episode, where we will be trying to get some science out of it and do some other stuff, I thank you very much for watching. This is GrunfWorks, signing off.